Like call this meeting to order. Mr. Communication.
Shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, at this time of year, we remember that your great sacrifice that you gave up your son to come to earth as a baby as we celebrate his birth. But 33 years later, he was destined to give his life for us, for our salvation. God, we just ask you to guide and direct us and bless us all in this community this holiday season throughout the new year. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Burnett. Here. Alderman Phillips.
Here.
Alderman Weavery.
Here.
Alderman Crockett.
Here.
Alderman Walker.
Here.
Alderman Fair.
Here.
Alderman Benjamin. Administrator Asbury.
Here.
City Attorney Winsbury. And City Clerk Kenny, I'm here. Mayor Burnett, you have a quorum.
Okay, you should have 2 claim reports and the meetings from the last minute. Any questions on these?
It's
And-
just past where you drop off the
Hearing none.
I don't have anything, I make a motion, we approve the minutes and pay the bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Okay. No citizens participation. You guys wanna talk? Citizens participation, anybody?
I would like to say great job on the Christmas parade and you good weather too.
Great weather.
Very good. All right, staff updates, fire department? Nope. Chief Kidwell? Steve is not here. Do you guys have anything for public works? Not at the moment, okay. Kayleen?
No.
Nope. Nothing?
No.
Okay. David?
The only thing we were gonna look at everything Kayleen got about the animal control thing, if we were agreeing to put that in the budget.
You should have a packet from, David. There is a lot of information there. On this cover letter, this one that Ben sent you, it still says that there is a $2,450 implementation fee. That is not correct. That is gone. Okay.
Is it though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cause this email doesn't say that, right?
No, it was in the 1-year contract.
It is if we do the 3-year contract, and I know that was a discussion on
Right,
doing
it's not gone
either.
if we do the 1 year.
If we do the 1-year contract, it would not be able to be gone. They would put that back on
Okay.
there on the 1-year contract.
That's what I understood also.
That is correct. So the 3 main points that you guys had that you had questions about was the agreement term and pricing, which I just explained that the 3-year would not include that setup price. A 1-year would. Obviously, the goal for iWorks is for them to be a long-term relationship with us, so that's why they can give us a better discount with doing a 3-year compared to a 1-year. And with that, you were asking about references. I did speak to several cities about iWorks. There's East Perry, Garden City, Eureka, Missouri, Hollister, Perryville, St. John City. All these cities, everyone I spoke to, high praises. They said that the iWorks system is easy setup. Anytime you have any issues, they will resolve it. Their tech team will resolve it within the hour. You're not waiting on days on end to get it resolved. You don't have to put in a ticket. You literally just call them up. Out of those ones, St. John is the city that had the actual animal licensing system, and they said high praises in it too also. When I spoke to all of them, they all had the 3-year contract. Eureka, Missouri is actually the longest city that had this system, iWorks system, for 17 years. And they said it works great and they've never had any issues with them. Another question you guys had was about the data, because it stated in there there'd be a $2,500 data dump fee. That only applies if we canceled the contract with them. So while you're in contract with them, you have access to the data 24/7. You can print it out at any time. So I know there's a question if there was a sunshine law request. Yes, you can access your data at any time. And if for some reason you decided to cancel, you can obviously print all your data off beforehand. What they're saying is there'd be a charge is after cancellation, if you called 2 years later and said, hey, I wanted that data, they're gonna give you a fee for getting that data back from them. I believe those were the 3 main points that everybody had. Was there anything I missed on that? Cause those are what I spoke with Jeff about.
So if we do a 3-year contract and then after a year, when we get a new board and the board says they're not gonna budget for it, are they gonna go back and try to charge us the $2,450?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're
So
asking.
if we say that we're gonna do the 3-year contract,
Correct.
so every year whenever we do the budget process, the board, you can't bind future boards, so the board can say, I'm not going to budget for that item. Normally, there's nothing they can do, so are they going to try to charge us the $2,450? If for some reason we only use it for 1 year, but we've said we'll use it for 3.
No, that charge, is only for the setup. So to set up. Annually, it would be the $3,500 annually for the 3 years is what the charge would be.
I
Okay,
don't
but
understand your answer.
Here's where I think that answers the question, unless I'm misreading. If you look, under termination, it says either party may terminate after the initial 1-year term without cause if the terminating party gives the other party 60 days notice. Should the customer terminate any part of the application or services, the remaining balance will immediately become due. Should the customer terminate any part of the application, a new service agreement will need to be signed. Upon expiration of the initial term, which I would believe would be 1 year, this agreement shall automatically be renewed for successive 1 years unless we provide termination notice. So what we would need to know is if it's a 3-year contract, cause this says it's a 1-year term, but they're asking for a 3-year contract. So what comes due after that? Nothing?
And I'm more worried about that, we can always not appropriate something and then not pay it. I'm worried, are they going to come back and say, hey, now you owe the initial setup fee because you said you do a 3-year term?
Absolutely, that fee is not defined.
I know,
It says-
that worries me.
It worries me too.
Jeff said that the setup fee is just for the initial setup fee. Once you're set up, that fee cannot be put back on. Unless you canceled the contract and then came back a year later and said, hey, I wanted to set this back up, then yes, then they could put that setup fee back on there.
So,
Is there a setup fee or did they cancel the setup?
He took the setup fee off for the 3-year contract.
Okay.
so
Well, do you
basically
see
in
the
a
problem?
nutshell, if we only want a 1-year contract, we have to pay the $6,000, $5,900 and whatever, because the setup fee applies. If we take a 3-year contract, they waive the setup fee, but then charge us $3,500 or whatever. But then what's not clear to me is in the termination language, it says we may terminate after the 1-year agreement without cause, but it says should we terminate any part, the remaining balance will immediately become due. What is the remaining balance? The $3,500 for the 2 years we're terminating, nothing, a portion. I don't love how that's written. It's not spelled out, which means they could come back at us for anything.
Is there any way that the contact person where is the contact person that you're talking to?
Jeff, the salesman, iWorks, he's with the iWorks system.
Could he come and talk to us
They're
and
based,
explain that?
where are they based out of? Yeah, they're not local, it's a computer system.
Well, we could do a.
Utah, yes,
We-
okay.
Well, couldn't we do a FaceTime with him and get it cleared up?
Yes, most definitely. He said if there's any questions, we're more than welcome to give him a call and ask him on that. I know that David did send the contract over to Ben and Ben did look it over. Did he give you any notes on it?
He did. Yeah, he gave us a one shooter.
Okay.
Okay, I guess the question right now is, does the board wanna pursue this? Is this something the board wants to go after? And if we do, we can work out the details going forward. Is it something we wanna pursue further and get more details?
I do have one more thing that I just wanna make sure, because his wording on this third question says all iWorks modules are built on the same core platform. I know we said this was a web-based, but do we have to put the iWorks systems on these individual computers?
No, it is a sign into,
Okay.
so,
So it's
web
not
based,
So it's
yes.
not like, okay.
It's not something that has to be downloaded into the computers, no.
Okay, and I know that we had talked about that, but just his wording there, that makes
Well,
me
he's
think
saying
that
modules, cause they have other options, like they have code enforcement, they have permits, businesses, and that's what they call them, is modules.
Right, yeah, okay, the platform is the one that's. I just wanna make sure that if we do this, we're not gonna be, like, every computer that it goes on,
Oh,
we have to pay, cause like G-Works, we do, we have to
Absolute-
pay for every computer that we have G-Works on.
No,
They
we
have
do not.
unlimited users, I believe, correct?
You can have unlimited users, it can be on a computer, it can be on the phone, it can be on a tablet. It is not charged per computer, tablet, or
No
phone.
fee. So it's whatever you want, okay. Do we want to pursue it?
I think it sounds like a good idea to modernize and make more efficient the goals for animal control. I am uncomfortable with the uncertainty of this gentleman understanding that a board, none of us may be here, and, you know, because we don't get elected.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we do doesn't stand. A board can't be bound. So I don't think the wording of what I've heard and I've read, that he understands that. So I would like clarification. How do we get that?
You okay with setting up some sort of Zoom meeting at our next meeting?
The other issue, if we're going to talk with him, is if you look at number 6, under billing, I also had noted it says customer pricing is based on a 1-year term. Changes in the term or termination policy will affect the annual pricing and could double your annual cost. What does that mean?
This doesn't mean that another board wouldn't support this. Because, I mean, whatever system you guys work with, you know, the city works with, has to be supported year to year. But
I believe what that means there on number 6 is, like I was saying, they offer multiple modules. So if next year the city decided to add in codes enforcement module or permit modules, then those fees would be added on to the whole entire iWorks system. What this is for this module with animal control and licensing
But it
system.
says support and services fees may increase, but will increase no more than 5%. So that tells me that they could choose to raise our fees for anything that, any service we have through them, up to 5% every year. That's how that reads to me. That may not be what they intend it to be, but that's
Yeah.
how that reads to me. Am I reading it
It-
wrong?
Sorry, it says that it could
I
increase
think,
5%.
yeah, I think this will come down to if we sign that 3-year versus 1-year term. Because I think if it's a 3-year term, they'll give us what that flat rate is, but after that 3 years, then they can increase it by that, 5% or whatever.
That's correct, but I will
Except for
tell
it
you.
says customer pricing is based on a 1-year
One-year
term.
term, yeah.
So that means
Because
they
we're,
could
but we're looking at a 1-year term contract, right?
wait a minute, if we're signing the contract for 3 years, we're locked into whatever the fee is for the 3
Correct,
years.
for
So you're
those
correct.
3 years.
If we say 3 years, then maybe that doesn't apply.
Correct.
I don't know. I just
But
feel
yeah,
like there's
no,
a
I
lot
agree.
of
Like, we
questions.
wanna-
The way this reads right now, they could raise their price 5% after every year.
Well, and if what I'm worried about happens, that says it could double if you change your term at the end, so instead
Right.
of the 2,500, they might charge 37.
Right. Or they could up the price to $5,000 a month instead of 24 or whatever. There's no, or whatever 5% of the price we're paying, maybe not 5,000. I think we just have questions that it's hard to gain answers to from reading just in this contract.
Yeah, without actually
Without
talking to the
talking.
salesman. I can tell you that all the cities I spoke to, I asked them if they had any rate, increases on it. None of them had. Even the, Eureka that's had it for 17 years, they're still paying the same price that they did from the beginning.
So the one that has the animal, St. John's, is that what you said it was, that has the animal only?
That is correct.
Do
Well,
they-
it's not only, that's just, is one of
Okay.
the modules they do
So,
have.
because the other thing that I also think about having done these things is those people probably do love them. We have one system for everything. You tend to be really supportive of that one system because it runs your whole thing like G-Works. G-Works is what's running our whole city or whatever the piece is. If we have one piece, we're a cost to them because we don't have all the things. So we're different than everybody else. If they're not, if all these cities are using this as their whole base for all their billing and all their everything, it's a lot easier for that company to make adjustments or for those cities to have leverage because they pay them probably more money and they have a lot of things tied to them. We have this one thing tied that if the board decides no, that's where I wanna make sure we're covered. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want us to get 2 years down the road and have to pay a lot more money. That's my only concern.
So our next meeting, can we set up some sort of Zoom meeting with them?
We can do that. We can also set up a Zoom meeting with, Mandy and David if they wanna ask those questions ahead of time to Jeff.
Yeah, I think, according to David, he did say that some of the cities that he had talked to are happy with the services as far as the system as a whole for, their payments and their services. So our contract with G-Works will be expiring. We don't necessarily love G-Works, so this might be an opportunity to test this system as well, to determine if it's a system that we wanna move toward instead of G-Works. So that is a benefit.
And that could also be leveraged by saying, let us have a 1-year
Yep.
contract. Don't charge us the fee. Let us see if it's gonna work out, and if we love the test drive, then we can talk about that.
I like it. Okay,
And I got a question on this one, because we were waiting on a decision on this to figure out what we're doing with the budget, so are we pursuing this forward so that we can settle on a budget, and it's in the budget if we decide to do it, or kind of figure that part out.
So you wanna know whether or not to include the cost of this in the,
So our current budget is approved as is.
Yep.
So when and if we decide to do this, then we'll have an amended budget.
So we're good.
Yeah. And I'm not going to bring your all's hard copies until this is decided, because I don't wanna have to do it twice.
good idea.
okay, we'll move.
Hey, real
Thank you,
quick,
Kayleen. I know you've done a lot of work, and this is great contact and great detail in the email. Appreciate it. very
Yes,
much.
I
You're welcome.
agree with her. It was great work on this. And if we need more, if you want us in on the meeting with them, to ask questions, I'm happy to partake since it's Zoom or whatever, so for sure we can ask questions to make it easier.
Okay, bill number 61. This is a highways and airport agreement.
This is in regards to getting our IJA grants back, so
Asking for the money back.
asking for the money back, yes.
Any concerns, questions?
No?
Someone wanna make a motion?
I make a motion to put ordinance 61-2025 on its first reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 61-2025, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute an amendment to the agreement between the city of Eldon, Missouri and the state of Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission, the Federal Airport Improvement Program.
I make a motion to suspend the rules and put ordinance 61-2025 on its second and final reading and ask the city clerk to read by title only.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 61-2025, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute an amendment to the agreement between the city of Eldon, Missouri and the State of Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission, the Federal Airport Improvement Program. Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Weaverly.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett.
Aye.
Alderman Walker.
Yes.
Alderman Fair.
Yes.
Alderman Benjamin. Mr. Mayor, you have enough ayes and passage and approval.
And I declare bill number 61-2025 to be ordinance 61-2025. 62 is a lot split, on a piece of property that I assume that they're being close to develop
Yes,
some of it.
yes, they are ready to start moving with their, different commercial properties next year. Early next year is what I was told last week, so.
So this is at 54 and 87, and this is a piece of property that they knocked down all the trees, that we've been working with them, hopefully to get that road going through there at some point. Been working with them for a long time, it seems like. Have they got their MoDOT approval yet?
No, I sent letters at the end of November, so that was one of the things regarding the water and the sewer. And so that was one of the pieces that they needed, and so I think that they were waiting on those, and that was the end of what they needed, and they were gonna send it to MoDOT.
Okay, so MoDOT, they're trying to move the entrance to that away from 54 just a little bit, so it's easier to get in and out of. Right now, it's pretty close to either the on-ramp or the off-ramp on 54, if I remember right. So you can, the lots, there's 5 different lots that they've got that they're proposing. They're all over an acre, the last one is over 10. Any questions on this?
Said they were doing it for commercial?
Yeah, it's commercial, it's right off the highway.
I do have the flat maps here, so I need to look at them and see exactly what they're doing.
They came and presented, it hasn't
Year
quite
ago.
been a year ago, but in order to be able to speed this along a little bit, it did not go to the planning and zoning committee, it went straight to the board of aldermen.
Gotcha.
Any questions on this one? Concerns? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to put ordinance 622025 on its first reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 62-2025, an ordinance approving the lot split at the intersection of Highway 54 and Highway 87 authorized by section 405.320 of the municipal code of the city of Eldon, Missouri.
Make a motion to suspend the rules and put ordinance number 622025 on its second and final reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 62-2025, an ordinance approving the lot split at the intersection of Highway 54 and Highway 87 authorized by section 405.320 municipal code of the city of Eldon, Missouri. Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Weaverly.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett.
Aye.
Alderman Walker.
Yes.
Alderman Fair. Alderman Benjamin. Mr. Mayor, you have enough ayes and passage and approval.
And I declare bill number 62-2025 to be ordinance 62-2025. Okay, bill 63. Okay. This is for a home-based business?
Yes.
Is he actually living in there?
He is going to be. So before, this is the one that we had tried doing for Carl Blake, and we had approved his using it, but what we canceled out his variance application because they determined everything the last business was doing there was allowed, he just wasn't allowed to repair vehicles like he wanted to. So this guy's pretty much doing the exact, he's setting up the business there, but because it's an antique shop, it counts as secondhand retail, which our code.
Trevor, he's
allows.
here.
Oh, perfect. Very good. Yeah, come on forward. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I apologize, I went to the city hall because I thought that's where I was at. That's my mistake. I'm new to town still, so I'm not sure of all.
Your
the
perfect
things.
timing. You made it here before we got to you.
So my proposal is, it's a great building to have antique booths in. It's right off the main drag. It's not gonna be a junk store, it's not gonna be a pawn shop. It's right off the main drag. It's just bringing more to our downtown area. It's walking, and it's just gonna bring more to it, because antique malls draw people in, and all the traffic we have going back and forth to the lake, it seems like a great location for it. That's basically why I'm here.
Perfect. Questions? Concerns?
Yeah, Pine Green, 134 West 8th Street.
How far down is that?
Right behind Creamy.
Right behind?
houses, no, the two houses.
Two or three lots behind it, 2 lots maybe.
Two lots.
Where the old janitorial supply was.
Yes.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 63-2025, an ordinance approving a variance of section 400.055, home-based work of the municipal code of the city of Eldon, Missouri, 134 West 8th Street, as authorized by section 405.290, the municipal code of the city of Eldon, Missouri.
I make a motion to suspend the rules and put ordinance number 632025 on its second and final reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 63-2025, an ordinance approving a variance of section 400.055, home-based work of the municipal code of the city of Eldon, Missouri, at 134 West 8th Street, as authorized by section 405.290 of the municipal code of the city of Eldon, Missouri. Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Weaverly.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett.
Aye.
Alderman Walker.
Yes.
Alderman Fair.
Yep.
Alderman Benjamin. Mr. Mayor, on ayes and passage and approval.
And I declare bill number 63-2025 to be ordinance 63-2025. Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, we've got a liquor license for Tokyo Bachi Grill and Sushi. Okay, are there any questions
Is
on this
that
one?
open? Huh? Have you been there?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is good.
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 Okay. I'm sorry. I
Very
should have apologized. 11 till 9 every day, that's 7 days a week. Holy Toledo, that's
Well, that's
hard.
where they live.
Okay,
That's where
so
they
that's
pay
I
their-
asked that same question.
Yeah, that's where they're paying their.
Okay, so that's okay, as
Yes.
long as they're, okay.
But they haven't even been open, so I don't think they've got any county taxes from us yet.
Gotcha,
From the county.
gotcha. Any concerns here?
I don't have any.
So just need a motion to approve?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Okay, go to my business real quick. You want me to talk about this?
I was going to, but you're more than welcome.
Okay, so volunteer, maybe the last time or the time before, asked for volunteer points and, the amount, anybody know what the total amount is? Is it exactly budgeted amount?
Should be like right at 14,993.40.
Perfect. Right at 15,000. Yep. Okay, any questions?
What are points?
Okay, so it's defined in, the code, on what points are. It's for going to meetings, calls, it's confusing, Chris. There's a lot to it, it's not easy, there's a huge spreadsheet that they normally keep.
Do you want to explain it
Yeah, so
further?
basically it's meetings, calls, trainings, basically those three categories, PR events, stuff like that. It averages out to be $2.79 a call, $2.79. Or points, I'm sorry.
And by ordinance, it has to be under 10,
Yes.
I think it has to be under 10, so we're well with under that, so we're in good shape. Looks like. Is there a motion to pay the volunteers?
Motion to pay our volunteer firefighters.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Alright, Jamie, go for it.
I will go ahead, this is a budgeted item, so this is something that we approve at the beginning of the year as a budgeted item, so. I don't remember if I mentioned at the last meeting that we did hire a new, Parks and Recreation Program Specialist. Abby Kemper will be starting, later this month. And so we will start, her training with just learning the basics of our G-Work system, taking payments, et cetera, and then we will get into, more of the Parks and Recreation right on time for the soccer and baseball and softball seasons to start opening up, so that would be good.
Other than that, I have my packet that went out. I did not get the information I needed in order to give you all the sales tax numbers for last month. And so, once I get that information from the state with the weekend, it just hit funny, and so we didn't get it in time. I'll email that out to you, that way you'll have it before the next meeting, because our goal is to not have that, the next meeting in December, as long as nothing comes up between now and then. So, are there any questions about the information that you did get in my packet? Okay, other than that, just to reiterate what Tim said about the parade, we had a great parade, a great turnout. You know, it was an all hands on deck situation, but it was really, really good, really well attended. We had a huge crowd for the parade and the tree lighting ceremony. So, just huge thank you to all the employees that put in the time to be able to do that.
Did you say that the next meeting is?
It's scheduled for the 23rd or 23rd of December.
I thought we put it a week later.
No.
Traditionally, we've not had that meeting.
Okay.
We've just,
Okay.
we just
Okay.
worked on it unless there's something that has to be done.
Okay, so that's where it stands now.
Yeah, and hopefully we not
Okay.
have it unless something pops
Okay.
up.
Good, 'cause
Anything else, Alderman?
No, this may be a dumb question, but for the Christmas parade, and like the whole event, do we have like a committee that does all that, or is it just kind of solely put on our city people and they just?
Currently, it's collaboration between the city and the chamber.
Okay, awesome. I was just wondering about it. So are we just making plans to make it bigger next year even? Because we had Santa Claus this year. Did we have Santa Claus last year too? Okay. It's just awesome. I'm just curious. I really like it, so I hope you see it just
You know, if you
bigger
have
and bigger.
ideas and wanna help,
I know,
I
yeah,
am more than happy.
I'm happy to partake.
Okay.
You are that, so.
he prompted a question for me. Are you happy with the way that workload evens out for the city and the chamber and any volunteers you might have?
For that specific event,
Yes.
traditionally, yes. This year was a lot because we are short in the Parks and Recreation Department. And so that did make it a little more difficult, but, for the most part,
Okay,
yeah. I mean, I think that it even.
that's great. That's good news. I love that.
I saw you posted the open positions.
Yes.
When do they close? Do you know?
We usually have them open until filled.
Okay, cool. Have we had interest?
Yes.
Question, do we have any money in the budget to get a battery for the clock?
He heard you.
I'll see what I can do.
Chris Weaver said he was making a donation of a battery next time.
Way to go, Chris. Good job, neighbor.
Now it's.
I don't use those things.
You can have points.
It's either
In
off
the
an hour or
business,
on
we gotta get
time.
better.
That is typically the way that it goes.
We just need to have a hit.
Anything else?
Yes, we picked out some streets to, we're wanting to start at First Street and go to Bourbon, and then Walnut for the north and south streets, Walnut and, say it with me, Godfrey. We'd like to start there, and then Countryside will be done. We'd like to kind of follow that on around through town,
As funds come available.
as funds come available, so.
Not all next year.
As funds come available. So, and then, I know you and I already touched on the trail money, we can't do that. And then Scott Vogel is not here to answer the other questions, so.
And he said that he would be happy to attend a committee meeting.
So we're ready to go out for some bids for next year?
I would say we are.
You
You
guys
guys think
comfortable
so?
with that?
Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to go ahead and start
Starting
on
at
the
First
ball
Street,
and
moving
getting
up.
out schedules and.
I think we should do that just to get them on the books
Yeah.
and see what we can find
Right.
and then do change orders as we go.
Who does that?
Does the bid, Scott normally does it
No.
for us,
Scott does it?
does the bids.
Shrewsbury.
Do you not want to? I'm good if we don't, we don't need to, it'll be a lot cheaper.
We'll get put together with Steve and we'll.
Oh, and we're still hating on the trash trucks too, so.
Okay.
Is there, I mean, I don't mind making there's somebody that I can call and gripe at about that.
Yeah, I'll give you your number.
There it is. I did have a question, some years ago, Steve was mentioning, you know, when streets get past a certain point, obviously they have to be redone. But are there any streets, like in our neighborhood, on Pecan and Pearl and out there, the streets are actually in pretty good shape, but other than where they've had to cut for different things. But cracks and stuff, they used to talk about spidering or something, I'm not sure what it's called, but is there anything that we can do preventative?
So, on that note, we kinda have a plan this coming year and moving forward to do better patches and to take care of things like that. Would you guys agree back there?
Yeah, and
Like
we do
in
have,
oil, I don't know if they can pour it in one of the cracks, or I don't know.
we do have a crack sealer. Unfortunately, it wasn't put away correctly the last time that it had been used. Something I have to look into it a little bit and see about getting it all cleaned back
That
up
sounds like
and
a messy job.
going again.
A lot of digging.
It's got a lot of tar. I'm hoping most of it I can just heat up, get it off and get it going again. There are some other specifics that go into the crack sealer as, you know, temperature wise and stuff like that. So it's gonna be kind of a seasonal thing there as far as crack sealing, but that's definitely an option that we can look into. And definitely something that we can take advantage of.
He's just thought, man, I don't know what he has equipment wise to do and all.
We're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, sounds like we've got a plan, which is always good. Got a plan to kind of go forward. Go ahead.
Well, I was outside letting them know where the meeting was, so I didn't get to, say, I appreciate y'all, all the people that, do things for the city, let the city know that, the officers, the runners, or whatever of the city participate and stuff. And I told Janet Graham, who is in charge of the Thanksgiving dinner, that I'd be an advocate for their organization or their group. It's just a group of people, citizens that get together and put on this for the community. And I've only been here 2.5 years. I've worked 2 years there, helped volunteer in the kitchen, dishes. And I guess I was disappointed that I did not see anyone there. And maybe you were there and I was in the kitchen doing dishes, but no one from here showed up to say thank you and show support. And about 10:15, they get together and get all the volunteers together and say, thank you, and this is what we're going to do. And it would have been so nice if someone from here took the time out of their busy day to spend 10-15 minutes and just to see what's going on and saying thank you. And there is an opportunity for you to do that at Christmas. Someone, maybe from Christmas, Sir Belden is doing the Christmas dinner for the community, free of charge. All this is free, trying to help the community. And it would be fantastic if the council was represented there. So I did want to thank you for, doing stuff and seeing if I could be an advocate for the volunteers that help the community.
For the Serve Christmas that's coming up, when
Christmas Day,
Christmas Day.
right, starting at 11. And they usually meet around 10:30 or so to tell the volunteers what all to do and, then get people on their way.
Is there like a planning committee that gets together to plan these events?
Yes, we're having a meeting, our next meeting is this Thursday.
Okay. Where's it at?
First Christian Church at their office area, that little building off near the fire department,
Yeah.
City Hall parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time?
7 o'clock,
7 p.m.
yes. But I just wanted to throw that out for you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate it, thank you.
Anything else? Not all entertained motion to adjourn. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.